Thank you for listening to this Belly Up Sports Podcast Network product. Some said we go belly up, so we made it our name, and we're still here.
Call yourselves Title Town? Are you kidding me?
That's fraud.
It feels like a gray area.
Spoiler alert, Canada. Cup's coming back to the US of A.
There's way too much negative stigma attached to strippers.
I hate you guys so much.
My dog just shit his ass.
What's up, everybody? It is Tuesday Brews Day. That means it's time for another edition of Craft Brewed Sports. I am Mike. With me, as always, is Scott. Scott, how you feeling today, man?
I can mark myself safe from Brett Favre shenanigans and Aaron Judge at bats. I'm doing pretty well.
But not Jimmy Garoppolo. Can't mark yourself.
I cannot mark myself safe from fucking Jimmy. He's like a bad check. He just keeps coming back to you. Oh.
That was the most boring game I have ever seen, but also the most entertaining. I don't know how that happened, Scott, but I was like, I feel for all 49ers fans watching this awful game.
It was the most Jimmy thing ever. That was the thing. It was just like last week, everybody thought, oh, well, we'll see. They're going to be fine. And I'm like, yeah, there's always flashes with Jimmy. The problem is there's also the complete bed shitting moments. And there it was the very next week. God damn it. It's going to be a long year.
My heart's out to you, Scott. Thoughts and prayers. Mookie hanging out here. Mookie, how you feeling, man?
I mean, a lot better than Scott because I did not subject myself to that shit this weekend. One might call me smart enough, or one might call me pessimistic enough, or one might call me a Notre Dame fan because I said, fuck it, we're not watching football this weekend. We're going to go do some other shit and just forget about it all. So I'd have to sit through any of that dreadful Aaron drudgery. Someone make that work in post. Thanks. Yeah. Let's fucking go, man. Also, get to stay up late tonight watching FC. Probably disappoint me, but if I keep saying that all season, maybe we'll make the playoffs.
Good chance. Yeah, good chance of that. We'll see about that. Tank says, LFG, good to see you, Tank. Caesar, not here today. Caesar just shaken by the Texas loss to Texas Tech. He's given up all hope. And he didn't even show up to work today. So.
Also, fuck Caesar. There's someone better showing up.
Yeah, that's true. We do have a guest popping into the stream here. Joe Hall walking live.
Ah! Holy shit. Look at this man.
I don't know how well it's going to work with 4,000 semi-trucks going by me, but we're going to give it a whirl.
Not well at all. It's already off to a terrible start.
Wait, so you don't even have like a backpack or anything?
I have a giant stroller.
Well, I know that. I know about the stroller. I ain't no dummy.
No, there's like 4 gallons of water in there. Still, well, about 2.5 now.
How many gallons of pee?
None.
That goes on the side of the road with the shit.
You don't save your pee?
Fuck no. I do my fake hamstring stretch and piss all over the side of the road. But with some of this Wyoming wind, I've pissed on myself quite a bit.
Yeah, you got that going for you. I'm just saying, dude, you got to hold on to your urine in case you run into a UFO so you have something to trade.
I'll trade jizz.
That's a lot harder to get, though. You know, that's a...
Moving on.
Not when you've been on the road this long.
Oh, my God. I just want to say that these might be the best 2 back-to-back episodes just off the fact that we have live activity going on in 2 episodes. Yes. A beer mile and now a walk across the country live.
Joe literally just on the highway in Wyoming. Red Wings! All right, we'll talk to Joe here in a bit. We got a ton to get to tonight. I do want to talk some Aaron Judge stuff. Caesar,
Joe, is this going to suck your battery, though?
Hell no, I got a solar panel, man.
Awesome. And we should hook you up with some hydroponics. Grow some carrots while you're walking.
I got 4 backup batteries as well, so.
That's amazing. Look at this man out there.
I could go like 2.5 weeks without hitting a charger.
My man.
Tank said, good to see Mookie repping his FCC jersey for this late-ass game tonight. Jared saying, "What up, Joe? Joe, your fan club." Jared chiming in. Caesar from the comment section. I'm not running from smoke you incels. I'm at work. At Robert Taylor and the rest of my haters. Robert's not even in the chat.
That's the best part too. Robert, we even gave him shit pre-show because he's like, "Hey boys, can't show up tonight." I said, "Well, fuck you then."
And then Biscuit said, "No one cares about Aaron Judge. He's a Yankee, so fuck him." Do you
Hell
have
yeah, Biscuit.
Oh, Joe, there you go. Do you have people following you like Forrest Gump? Are there?
Fuck no.
Beautiful view though.
I got flies following me. Yeah, it's a beautiful view of a desert. Oh, it's so awesome. I can't wait to see this for the next 2 fucking weeks.
One foot in front of the other, baby. All right, we are
Just
gonna
put one foot in front of the other.
This whole Aaron Judge thing. They've ruined this completely. They're focusing on all the wrong things. They'll talk about that. Caesar was mad that they were interrupting college football this weekend, but ESPN they might have earned some MFer of the week with their shenanigans that they pulled. Also, we'll talk some football from the weekend. New Wiseguys poll, and Scott is finally going to give his Hard Knocks episode 5 notes. It's been like 3 weeks after the fact. We are finally going to get the conclusion to the Haters Guide to the to Hard Knocks. We'll get to all of that. Before we do, let's talk about these beers that we are drinking. Fire up that sexy music. Scott, what is in your mug tonight, and would you bang it?
Well, as I said last week, we have that same brain, so I am drinking Taft's Frisch's Pumpkin Pie Ale. And I gotta say, this is like sex in the mouth, baby. I'm definitely doing it. This is good stuff right here.
I thought it tasted like sex in your mouth, but you like doing sex in the mouth.
In the mouth.
In the mouth.
All right,
Also
Scott
known
is
as Joe
filleting
Smith's in the
his
truck
beer.
stop.
Mookie, what are you drinking, and would you bang it?
Oh yeah, for sure. This is called Tropic Pines from Bend Brewing Company. Damn it, I thought I knew where they were, but I don't.
And Oregon, I bet.
I mean, that would make sense. Yeah, a premium Northwest beer sounds about right.
Yep,
Yeah,
that-
man. All right, we're narrowing this shit down. Oh man, the Avs scored. Fuck those guys. Great beer, nice taste, really light. I was worried that it was going to be really, I mean, this is going to sound cliche, but piney with a name like Tropic Pines. But no, this is fresh. This is sweet. This is the Northwest peach I want to squeeze.
All right, good to know, Joe.
Did it get weird there a little bit?
It got really weird. Not as weird as Scott saying his beer tastes like a blowjob. That was kind of weird.
No,
Hold on a second,
different.
because
It's
I didn't
gonna
say
get
it tasted
weirder,
like a
boys.
blowjob. Like, is that the only sex in the mouth? Oh, okay. All right, thanks. But it's fine, you know, it tastes like a blowjob. I mean, now I know what it's like to be the ladies.
Joe says it's about to get weirder. What are you drinking, Joe? Would you bang it?
I'm not drinking anything, but I did eat some delicious Dr. Pepper cotton candy today. And yes, I would bang the shit out of this stuff.
Cotton candy. First of all, cotton candy in a prepackaged bag. Is that like you bought it off like a grocery store shelf?
Well, they weren't spinning it.
Gas station.
Shut up, Scott. You don't know that.
He didn't stop at
speak.
the festival.
Mookie's got some guy just like swirling it up and like gassing pepper on it.
I don't know what they do at those gas stations out there in Wyoming.
We're
I've
in the
never been
middle of
out there.
Wyoming. We've just got a random cotton candy stand that a dude.
Some places have hot dogs, some have tamales. You know, maybe they had a cotton candy machine. Maybe that was the owner's jam. I don't know.
With very special Dr. Pepper.
I mean,
sugar
that
flakes.
was the other part about it. Where did they buy that flavoring? And I need some.
It sounds amazing.
Right? Why is there not a Dr. Pepper theory?
It's delicious. I actually stuck my dick in it and then grabbed it off of my dick and ate it.
What does your dick taste like now?
Dr. Pepper. Come on.
It tastes like
I was
the
hoping for
blowjobs that
Dr.
Scott's
Pepper and
talking
salt and
about.
vinegar.
Tastes
Yeah,
a little
look, Dick
like
Cheney
Snug
opened a
Mug.
cotton candy stand.
Biscuit said, I made spicy fried chicken and a pumpkin spice cake from scratch. I would let this do anal. Saying let this do anal, I feel like Biscuit is on the receiving end of that one. Like he's
Oh, that's
taking
100%
it.
true.
It's
That
that
phrasing
good.
is intentional.
That's amazing. He did say Dick Cheney opened up a cotton candy stand.
That's what I'm saying.
Scott, Tank pointed out, isn't sex in the mouth a blowjob? I don't want that taste. So yeah, you're in the listen, it's not uncharted grounds for you. You're in the minority on this one.
That's fine.
I'm
gonna drink my blowjob and enjoy it.
I am drinking from a local brewery, from Brink Brewing, in honor of the Bengals finally getting that first dub of the year. I got Jackpot Joey. This is the game day ale, they say. Light ABV. Listen, this is that Sunday afternoon. Let's get one in, take a nap, and then watch some football. Like, that's where this one is. It's a nice surprise for the weekend to get you ready to just hang out on the couch for the rest of the day.
Point of clarification. Is this you watch the 1 p.m. game and then bang after you win, or is this you're the 4:30 game and you get it in?
Pre-game, bang, nap, watch the game.
Watch the 4:30?
Yeah.
Or is it the 7:30 game and then Jimmy Garoppolo just bangs all of you with this terrible play?
That sounds accurate.
You got him, Joe.
Let us know in the comments what you're drinking, whether or not you would bang it. Tank said Joe is opening a portal to Tokyo to get that Dr. Pepper cotton candy. Joe, is that the craziest thing you found along this trip so far, is Dr. Pepper cotton candy? Is that the craziest thing you've eaten?
Yeah, I think so. I tried eating ass. Wait, no, can we delete that shit? Sorry.
It's okay. No one's watching.
I want to check the map while Joe's here. Let me pull this up because we gotta check the map and see where Joe's at.
Wait, but before
I might have to move this in real time.
There's a Jared beer checking real quick. I think you got.
Oh yeah, Jared's drinking Space Dust by Elysian, solid IPA, solid hookup after watching my Eagles abuse Wentz. No further info needed.
And I feel like he might be like 3 in because I note at least 3 spelling errors. No big deal.
Yeah, that was a lot. All right, let's check the big
That's
map.
all right. That's all right. Jared, when he was plugging me on his show, my shirt that says Haul Across the Country, Jared was plugging me as Haul Across America, and I had to bust his balls a little bit for that.
I commented, I was like, Jared, you might need to fix that website, man.
Well, wait, you didn't buy the redirection? Come on now.
All right, here's
get on the domain name.
Joe making his way through Wisconsin, literally as we speak right now. If we Wyoming, not Wisconsin, Wyoming. Sorry, I looked at Wisconsin.
What is it, Mike? Just all W states look alike to you?
Yeah, all W states look alike.
I can't tell if that cloud is sucking or blowing.
It's blowing. Joe, tell people about the wind in Wyoming.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Was it last Tuesday, I think? I was getting ready to leave, and they had a high wind warning. It was gusting over 70 miles an hour. I couldn't even push the stroller up the on-ramp to get on the highway.
Joe said it was literally like 30 miles an hour headwind that he was facing as he was walking. Absolutely crazy. But he's through.
Joe sent me a video of him near like a ramp. He's like, I can't even get on the ramp.
Yeah, it was absurd. Like, you could see like tractor trailers swaying that were just sitting there. And I was talking to a guy today, and he said out here there's times where the wind will get so bad, just the wind, that they'll shut down I-80, which would be cool because then I'll have all kinds of lanes to walk in.
Until they anyways,
Joe, seeing you walking like right now, it's giving me a lot of anxiety, like just watching you walk with these trucks flying by you. How terrifying is it to actually be on that highway with those trucks coming at you?
I watched the musical Newsies on Disney Plus earlier today while I was walking, so not frightening at all.
That might add to the fear, man.
Yeah, and also, Mike, thanks for taking away the whole, like, it's not scary thinking about tightrope walking over a canyon until you think I'm tightrope walking over a canyon to Joe. Basically saying, hey, if you're not afraid because you've been able to push this out of the back of your mind, let me ask you about it right now on the air and make you look like a bitch.
That's what a good journalist
does.
No,
I get more worried, like with this wild camping I've been having to do, of like a car going off the side of the road and smacking me while I'm in my tent.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. So Rollins, you got to stay at the Brickyard Inn last night, but it has been a lot of just like throwing up the tent under underpasses, like on the side of the road. Like, how nervous are you? Here I am again. How nervous are you that like
Mike,
that something's gonna happen in the middle of the night where you're just parked, parked up on the side of the road? What a terrible time for Joe to.
Here's the thing.
I'm 2,100 miles into this thing. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. I don't really worry about that.
All right, good. I like that mentality, Joe.
Yeah, you asshole. Thank God our friend is mentally strong. Jesus Christ, dude. Fucking dick.
I'm just saying, like, if it was me, I'd be like, these are the things that I'd be thinking about. I'd be terrified of like,
but see, like, you're not even doing it right. Because if you're going to exploit him and do these kinds of stuff, at least put the Sarah McLachlan music on in the background that they play when the SPCA asks for donations.
I can't. She's pretty litigious. We can't play that song.
Well, okay, fine. But same vein, and then put up the donation sign, Mike. Make it work to his favor when you exploit his emotions and, vulnerability. Fuck!
I like that it's frozen on Joe just smiling at us.
Yeah. Joe, I know you're not walking through a tunnel.
I can still hear you guys.
The signal is definitely failing you, Joe, right now.
It was. I had to scroll really far, but you are in that one, buddy.
How has the signal been for you, Joe, like throughout this walk? Are there stretches where you're just getting nothing? I'll take that. Jesus.
How is it that we can't hear anything Joe says? It gets pixelated, but we can hear the fucking semis clearly. Like the semis, you just like not even a break in it, and you can't get a sentence out of him. Like, I swear to God, this is Verizon fucking us.
I think Joe rocks T-Mobile. I don't think it's Verizon.
No, don't you slander my people like that.
Just saying, that's the truth. Wait, I think Joe's back now. Joe, you good? We're getting nothing on Joe. All right, listen, we'll throw out the website, allacrossthecountry.com. If you want to donate to get Joe a better cell phone plan that actually has service in Wyoming, allacrossthecountry.com is where you go to. Also, hit Joe. He just dropped there. Hit Joe up if you need to. He's got some hotel rooms coming up as he gets to civilization. So if you want to donate a hotel room to Joe, allacrossthecountry.com is where you go. And as always, whenever we have Joe on, the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is 988 nationwide. If you or anybody you know is experiencing mental health trauma, Suicide and Crisis Lifeline 988. Go hit them up. There's always somebody there willing to listen. Biscuit said Joe looks like Action Bronson, and now I'm not going to be able to unsee that.
That's pretty accurate.
That's
all right. So hold on. Can I screen share here real quick?
I'm terrified of this. This is a scary thought.
If there's a dick pic, you're done with the show.
Yeah, let's. Okay, well, here it's been
a coverage map. You know this shit ain't on T-Mobile.
You need to add it to the stream.
I was just gonna say we can't.
Someone should do that.
You're like, look at this coverage map. Nobody
add
can.
to stream. There you go.
Did this? Oh my God!
Look at this! Look at this coverage map, man. That ain't T-Mobile's fault because I just see pink.
I see a whole lot of white.
Scott, it is America after all.
That's true. Give yourself the rap air horn. You earned it. But also,
just straight facts.
Race card.
Thank you.
I got you, B.
All right, let's talk some football, fellas.
We already did. I'm done talking football.
No, boys, Raj finally caught up on some old episodes. Raj finally went back to the back catalog and was like, I got it. Let me check with Craft Brewed Sports and see what I can do. The Pro Bowl is no more, being replaced with a flag football game and a 2-day long skills competition. It's over, baby. The Pro Bowl is dead. RIP Pro Bowl. Just kidding. I hope somebody pisses on your grave. I'm so excited about this. This is fantastic news. I'm pumped to see a skills competition, but I hope they open it up to everybody. I want to see linemen throwing in the quarterback challenge. I want to see defensive ends doing a running back skills competition. I want like safeties doing the wide receiver skills competition. Everybody's allowed to participate in any competition. That's my suggestion for the NFL for this.
I love this, but for a different reason. I hope there's somehow that like the because don't get me wrong, I'm always on the players' side. I want them to get their money, but I was just imagining how funny it would be if any of the owners kind of knew about this, and over the last few years they're like, give them all the Pro Bowl incentives in their contracts, give them every Pro Bowl incentive that there can be. It's like, if you make Pro Bowl, we'll give you $200 million. Fuck it.
No, you can't be that obvious, but I love it, Scott. That's the
Yeah,
right
like
move.
that would be hilarious if they're all like imagine waking up and like, motherfucker, I got all sorts of Pro Bowl incentives in my goddamn contract because it's on my Pro Bowl. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
I didn't even think about that, but that
It
is
literally just dawned on me when you were saying what you were saying. I'm like, holy shit, I never thought about it.
That is awesome. Yeah, and you know they did it. You know that's the case.
Yeah.
They've
Mike
done
Brown was somewhere. Mike Brown was handing them out. He's like, give them all. Pro Bowl incentives for everybody, every Bengal.
Which the players are probably like, you know what, this is great though, because we all know the Pro Bowl's a sham, and we can just like figure out a way to get everyone to vote for us, and then be like, hey, cool, great, got that bonus. That was the easiest money I've ever made, and now it's gone.
Right, especially
like
since they were going with like the 12th alternate these days.
They still have to pay it out. You still have to pay out a Pro
Oh,
Bowl.
well, I was going to say, my
For
guess
what?
is they're still going to have Pro Bowl voting. Like, there still will be a quote unquote Pro Bowl team, even though
you become you get voted to the Pro Bowl, and then you're not playing in a game.
But
you're
you
playing
know,
in a flag
these
football game.
motherfucking owners would be like, nah. Look at the language. It's ironclad, baby. It says
That's a
if you
skills
get to the
competition.
Pro Bowl,
That
if there
is
ain't no
different.
Pro Bowl to get to, then your ass ain't getting paid.
That is a required practice in OTA. Your ass better be there.
Like, fuck the owners, but I actually would respect that shit if there was any type of shenanigans
That
going
would
on.
be
like
that is like King Team Petty right there. Is them being
I
like,
mean-
there's no Pro Bowl. I'm not paying out any Pro Bowl bonuses.
And if there's one group that knows petty, it's these two
This
boys
show?
up here above me, because we heard about vegetables pre-show, and whoo, man, I ain't gonna fuck with you two there, because yeah, Team Petty is in full force.
Born and raised on the Petty, man.
That's right.
Jared said low key love this. I high key love it.
Yeah, I was just
high-key
gonna say
love-
there's no low key about it. This is
Well, then
fantastic.
hold on a minute though. Hold on. Let me just put a little bit out there, because there's just a slight bit where I am conflicted on this. And the Pro Bowl's been around for a while. You know, it's got a history, and you know the competition, whatever. Yeah, it has become a joke. But again, you've got years of history going back and having some great moments in football. And you know, you look back on that film and kind of see the things that happened. You know, Brett Favre getting sacked by so and so or whatever, and you know, someone hiking to someone, all that shit. You look back on that tape and you think about moving to this new format and this new environment. It's all brand new. And so I struggle, because it's like, how do you put a line on that? You know what I mean? We've got no film, we've got no tape or kind of understanding of how these
What up,
competitions
Tamari?
are going to break down. So like, you're going in, basically this is like week 0 all over again, except on like a completely catastrophic scale, because we have no frame of reference.
You degenerate. What an absolute degenerate to be like, I can't bet on this now because they don't have enough data around the skills.
Whoa, now
competition.
hold on a minute. Nobody said anything about not betting, first of all. Second of all, I just need to figure out how to understand where the Sharps money is going to go. That's it. That's all I'm asking for. You know, like maybe give me a little pre-read, Vegas, if you don't mind.
I need to go back to this. Dan said he's drinking 1 million Dong, a hazy IPA from Clag in Sandusky.
I'm not the only one enjoying their beers in a different way tonight. Come on.
I love how you put that too. Enjoying my beers in a different way.
Ryan wants to know, will one of the Pro Bowl skills competitions be backyard games like the bat spin or Polish horseshoes, or maybe beer Olympic games like flip cup or beer pong? Asking for myself. That would be kind of cool. Like, we're assuming it's football skills, but what if it's just like, hey, guess what? It's a big dart match.
I
the guys
love
have to
it.
get together and play darts.
I love
Or
it.
here we go. It's the Pro Bowl cornhole tournament. Let's see who comes out on top.
Let's see.
I
That's
like
why,
the idea of them not knowing until they show up too. Like it's the skills competition, and they're like, all right, assuming it's gonna be different football drills, and they show up and it's just shit like that.
See, here's why I love it, because again, I'll go back to the same thing. We've got tape there. We have a frame of reference, and based on the tape, we can all agree the right call in the situation. All your money on Jay Cutler. I mean, did you see how he just destroyed little Shorty McShortface?
Yeah,
Doug
but if there's like a
Flutie in that
steal your
tournament?
girl competition, I'm going with Fletcher Cox.
That's a good
The ad
point.
sucks,
Yeah.
Scott. Eat it.
Okay,
The other team scored.
I'm throwing this out there. What do you guys think of this idea? So for the skills competition, like let's say the quarterback skills competition, whichever of the quarterbacks voted to the Pro Bowl has the highest number of votes, they get to pick their opponent in the skills competition. So it's not necessarily quarterback versus quarterback. It's like whoever is the highest voted quarterback then gets to pick anybody else on the opposing team to go against in the quarterback skills position challenge. So then it could be like
offensive linemen trying to throw the ball would be
yes,
fantastic.
exactly. Or like the punters get to like pick a defensive tackle to go up against for a coffin corner kick competition.
No, Mike, I think you just accidentally stumbled on the answer to save all professional
Accidentally, motherfucker. I've
all-star
been thinking
games.
about this.
Yeah, because you said, well, yeah. Everyone still votes on the people that get elected to the teams, and then they go on the challenge to figure out who is the champion. So you let the fans and everyone votes for the all-stars, but then you put them in the challenge house and let TJ run them through a full-on competition over like a 2-week all-star break.
Biscuit for the win in the comments.
Yep. Biscuit, I'm loading it up. One of the skills is announcing, and it's just Tom Brenneman trying to call a game and not mispronouncing flag football.
Yeah, that's right. I believe that's the first triple.
That is
That's
fantastic.
so good. That's so good. Oh,
I don't believe
man.
he'll have a job after that skills competition. That's for sure.
He does.
He'll be running back to his podcast immediately.
I consider myself a man of faith. Big fan of flag football. He would drag that word out so long. It would be the longest it would take somebody to say the word flag.
So wait, just real quick for my own clarification, you guys did not like my challenge take.
Bowling right through that one.
Okay.
Ryan says, here we go, a 40-yard dash with the fastest players versus the slowest linemen. Linemen get a 10-yard head start. That sounds pretty badass. I beat Tabari to his comment, let me play Madden, dance, make the offense do defensive drills, defense do offensive drills. And then he pointed out I beat him to what he was thinking. And then Ryan said, as there's a drive into deep left field by Castellanos, and that'll be a home run. So that'll make it a 4-0.
Oh, actually,
do you
that's
think
no way. Hold on, Mike. That's a perfect
just
drop
be
in.
getting batting practice during Tom Brenneman calling the flag football game?
Yes.
Just waiting for it.
Yes.
Guys, wait, hold.
This?
Yeah,
Sorry. Go ahead.
There's a live event happening, Mike. You got to switch, turn it on. Aaron Judge's iPad.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Here comes Aaron Judge. He's doing something. Tank said definitely opens the possibility of a celebrity game right now. That would be pretty cool if we could get a
Celebrity flag football for sure.
You mean like
Yeah.
pros versus all stars? Challenge season 42.
Can we do pros versus Joes? Do you guys remember that show?
Yes.
Oh. Let's
Pros
get pros
versus
versus
Joes is the
Joes.
best.
That was such a good show, man.
I think it was
best
even.
time-
I think it was even. It was better than we thought because it's like the pros were all retired and they would
Yeah.
still beat the shit out of the regular dudes.
So
smoked
Scott,
them.
I got to ask you, in pros versus Joes, who were you rooting for? Who was your side?
Oh, I was always rooting for the pros. I was always because I like seeing that. I like seeing their regular assholes get themselves embarrassed because they always thought they were better than they were.
Yeah, that was my favorite. The Joes would always come up and they were like, "I was a 3-year varsity letterman in high school. I walked on and was on the practice squad in college, so I think I got this." And then they would just get destroyed. And be like, you suck.
T.O. out there just running circles around fools. It was so funny.
You remember when T.O. basically quit the challenge after like 1 week? It's just like, no, I can't.
Mookie is clearly deep into Paramount
You're
Plus.
really obsessed with the challenge right now.
Wait, so hold on. Mike, we were talking about this just the other night. Jenna actually brought it up. So somehow, anytime I turn on Paramount Plus, it's on Mike's account. I don't know how that happened. It's there. Why fix it? Fuck it. Whatever. Have you ever looked at the watch history on my profile? Because the only thing I've watched is like 40 seasons of the challenge, 2 episodes of Global Guts, and 2 episodes of Legends of the Hidden Temple, and that's it. Like I've probably binged watched a month and a half worth of fucking TJ Lavin, and him and I have a very deep emotional connection that Jay Cutler just wishes he could have a part of. It's a serious situation.
Kev said, I love how Brian Scalabrine just did that in a Boston YMCA with minimal cameras to prove that the end of the bench guy is still way better than everyone else, even D1 athletes. Absolutely. Ryan said, I remember Claude Lemieux basically flattening a dude, then skating around him and scoring in the joke.
That's what I'm here for.
The hockey ones were so badass. Like
just straight embarrassment was the best.
I always like too how they were like, okay, Joe's, here's your challenge. You need to get 1 hit off of this pitcher.
Yes. That'd be it. That'd be it.
You just need 1 hit and nobody could do it. Oh, classic. All right, we're getting off track of football talk, so let's really get into some football talk. Rihanna she's doing the halftime show, guys. We got Rihanna. What?
Boo my dick.
What? You said boo?
With all the rumors of Taylor Swift being possibly this is the biggest W of 2022.
No. You need to defend yourself here, Mookie. You just booed Rihanna. Explain.
She's no Beyonce.
Okay, but Beyonce just did the Super Bowl recently.
And if you're gonna but if you're gonna tease swizzle out there for me and then yank it away, you best be giving me Beyonce.
Taylor Swift is awful at everything.
Oh my God. Hang on, Scott. Hang on.
Why
Mookie, as a matter of fact,
first of the night.
I'm putting you full screen for this so that you can just bask.
Yeah, so when
move this man.
You even called her T-Swizzle. I hate you right now.
Have you learned to behave nicely, you two?
No.
I'm fine as long as you're not going to besmirch the good name of Rihanna.
No, not even that. If you're going to
fine.
praise Taylor Swift, I don't care if you're shitting on Rihanna, but it better not be to praise Taylor Swift. Like you better have a good reason to
How many albums has she gone straight #1 with comparatively?
I don't give a shit.
Exactly, because Rihanna made like 2 or 3 good ones. Is like, nah, I'm cool now. I'm just gonna chill.
Do you realize this is like the closest? Like the censors right now are terrified of this halftime show. Like we haven't had censors this nervous for a halftime show since the year after Janet Jackson because they're like terrified of what Rihanna's gonna do. This is must-see TV. Taylor Swift would have just gone up there and performed and whatever.
Sang one of her songs, crying about some shit again.
Rihanna is going to go up there.
Phenomenal, groundbreaking doing it.
Dan with the correct take here. Mookie saying T-Swizzle, Kanye comes next.
Thank you, Dan.
I wish. I would love to see Kanye because we would have some words and they would start with, who do you think you are? But like literally, like, does he think he's human, godlike? Like, how do you see yourself?
Jared said, "Don't boo the queen." Mook, Team Rihanna all day. Fuck T Swizz. Fuck Beyonce. Wow, that's a spicy take, man.
Hold on a minute.
That is a spicy take.
I need to know how many in Jared is, because now the spelling is also coming in quite. Look at that. Like, we got periods in the middle of shit. Like, other things were
Yeah, I was
misspelled,
gonna say,
and
Jared's
the
feeling
takes
it.
are just all over the place. Like, Jared, I want some more of what you're drinking, sir.
If I play the drop before I ask the question, can I ask the question without complete just destruction?
I can't promise anything. I cannot promise anything, Mookie.
I liked it. Kevin, coming in.
I've seen white people before, you know what I'm saying? But you motherfucker, man, you white as mayonnaise, man.
So, true or false? Rihanna is Jay-Z's niece who is dating Chris Brown?
What?
Okay, she used to date
Like,
Chris
this is a
Brown. I will give you half credit because she used to date Chris Brown, and it
Like two decades ago.
famously,
I mean,
very
yeah, I'm
famously
old, dude.
ended horribly.
Yes,
you might want to
exactly.
Google that one, Mookie.
No, I know. No, we're on the same page
But
here.
you gotta, wait, you are really like Rihanna is Jay-Z's niece? Like, are you really gonna make me research this to verify that you are just absolutely crazy?
I mean, sure, yeah. Let's go ahead.
I'm with Kevin on this, and I think Mookie just did a racism.
Maybe. But I played the drop first. Man, now y'all gonna make me Google.
Is this made even creepier because when I first searched Rihanna Jay-Z, one of the first things that popped up on people also ask on Google is, did Rihanna and Jay-Z have a thing? So there was a rumor of Rihanna and Jay-Z hooking up, and Mookie's like, that's his niece, right? I'm very weirded out by you right now, Mookie. Oh boy. Yep, Mookie did a racism. Mookie is transcended into drunk uncle and trying to talk modern.
Yeah, I will say that. I keep looking at the clock. I'm like, man, this shit ain't going fast enough. This is a problem.
I like Tabari's idea here. Tabari said, I want a 90s montage. Belle Biv DeVoe, Kid and Play, Boys to Men, and Usher.
In.
What's
All
that?
the way in. All the way in.
Yeah,
for
that would be a good one. That'd be a solid one. Jared said he's only 3 beers deep. That's amazing. Damn. Dan pointing out Rihanna ain't got nothing on that Latino fire, though. That was a great halftime show. J-Lo and Shakira, fantastic halftime show. Mookie probably didn't like it because it wasn't. Oh, I wish it was Celine Dion instead.
Dude, I'm tracking this down. I think what it was is I think Jay-Z discovered and like was the one that got her in the industry.
Yeah, that's much different than being his daughter.
Uncle.
Like,
I didn't say his daughter. What dude, fuck off. I said niece.
oh, my bad.
Tank said we should get Rihanna and Kid Rock, Bring America Together. It is fascinating, though, because Rihanna reportedly turned down a halftime show a couple years ago because of Colin Kaepernick. Like, she was like, I don't want any part of that. And now she's okay with doing it. So it's a very interesting turnaround. And I think this is a Super Bowl halftime show that we could see some crazy shit go down. It could be a very fun one.
So we got real racist shit coming next year is what you're saying, right? Like we got the most boring show coming next year.
Yeah, it's gonna be toned down as shit. She's gonna come out in like a full length, like just a potato sack. So that
no. I mean, the Rihanna one is going to be lit, and there's going to be something crazy that happens.
Oh, you're saying the year after?
Next year, we're just going to get some chick who, some wannabe hippie chick from a coffee shop that just sits there and strums a guitar. And
the year after is Ted Nugent. That's going to be after Rihanna because they're going to have to swing the pendulum really far the other way.
What about Blue Man Group?
Oh my god. This man. Blue Man Group.
Hang on, is it the Super Bowl next year in Las Vegas? Like, not this coming Super Bowl, but the one after that? Because this one coming up is in Arizona, right?
Sure.
Okay, I think the one after that is in Las Vegas. So actually, Mookie might have stumbled on some gold right there. Just have the Blue Man Group come out in Las Vegas.
Although Dan here is keying in on what I was going to say when you were like, oh yeah, she turned it down with Kaepernick. Now she's doing it weird how the money works. That was my thing. I'm like, I'm guessing the NFL just came back and were like, we know you didn't do it a few years ago, but what if we added an extra comma here? And she's like, all right, I'm out.
He didn't even go 0. He went straight comma.
Yeah.
Crazy how that works out.
I'm looking this up right now. Yes, it's Arizona this year, Vegas next year. So Mookie, your Blue Man Group take for next year might be actually really solid. You know they're going to be involved somehow. They had the fucking Rock introduce the Super Bowl last year in LA. So you know they're going to get the Blue Man Group to just bang on some drums to start the game.
Can he be done now though? Like the whole kickoff, whatever shit with him too. It's like, I get it, but like how many more bad movies do I have to watch with you playing the same character? Just get to step in or go back and revive, what was it, Ballers?
Oh, Ballers.
That was solid.
Except for that final season was trash.
It
was pretty bad.
Didn't mess with it.
Balls.
Wasn't Shooter McGavin playing the Jerry?
Oh God.
Yes. Yes. It was Jerry Jones. That was the only good thing about the last season was Shooter McGavin playing Jerry Jones.
But not really Jerry Jones, but it was like, yeah,
it was clearly Jerry Jones.
We know what you're going for here. Let's just call a spade, if you will.
It's like he did everything but show up with a bunch of chicks and Johnny Walker Blue.
Kev
so
said
good.
next year in Vegas, I just want Elvis impersonators.
Yes.
That'd be pretty solid.
I'd be on board with that. Biscuit said it needs to be Tom fucking Jones.
Also solid.
And then Ryan said, make the halftime show Siegfried and Roy. Oh, wait. Too soon. Scott, you want to do some Hard Knocks?
Hold on.
recap?
Tank's got a good one though. I feel like that's legit. 3-6 Mafia, Juicy J, busting or bussing out the vintage green Skulls shirt. Hell yeah, dude. Like, is he bussing?
Oh, God damn it, Mookie. God damn it. Scott.
I'm bringing my notes up.
What'd I do?
I'm bringing my notes up.
Let's get some music. Scott is now 3 weeks
Y'all
late.
never should have told me about TikTok. I'm just
on
saying.
the last episode. I would love to see your TikTok algorithm, Drew. That is
why? You know what it is. Don't even bother wasting time.
Mookie's TikTok is co-ed.
A lot of moms sprinkle in there too, though.
And
kind of go back
and
forth,
apparently some T-Swizzle mixed in.
Oh no, she's too perfect for TikTok. Get out of here.
You're just searching the sound. You're looking for everybody lip syncing her music. Like, Taylor.
Yeah, because you know they're easy.
All right, let's fire up the music here. Scott finally is able to give us the last episode of Hard Knocks from the year. Thank God that this season is done.
Mercifully.
All right, Scott, when you are ready, fire away.
Here we go. 4 minutes in, and I'm bored to death with all the hyperboles, platitudes, and slow motion crap we've been seeing out of this show since its inception. This is season like what, 12, 40, and we're still seeing the same bullshit. Fuck it. Let's get it out of the way early. Fire Dan Campbell, promote Deuce. I do need more of these cut montages. The looks on these dudes' faces is priceless. I wish just one of them getting cut would look at Dan and say, fuck you, Deuce should be the head coach. Like, they all took it so well. I just wanted to be like, you know what? Fuck you, Dan. You shouldn't even be a head coach anyway.
I like how all of them were like, ooh, what could I have done better, coach? Like, and he's like, really nothing. You couldn't do anything better. It's like, well, then, motherfucker.
Right. It's like, the one to do it is just like, you did everything right. Then why the fuck am I going home, bro? Speaking of which, the quote of the show, you guys are hell of a dudes. I don't know why that made me laugh so hard. Just incorrect English like a motherfucker. You guys are hell of a dudes. Random shout out to Obi-Wan. That's how exciting this episode was. I have a feeling I'm about to be great. Get that resume for Best Buy ready, my guy. They're about to be great. Is going to be great. Papa St. Brown in the house.
Was that did they go to the Van Gogh exhibit? Is that what that was? The Van Gogh experience?
Yes,
dude,
and I
that's
learned
cool.
that his mother is German, and he also speaks German. Like, holy shit!
Yeah, that was pretty impressive.
That was actually really impressive.
Yeah, it was. That was a good scene. Good scene. Anytime Papa St. Brown is in, it's a good scene.
Yeah. I was hoping he was going to take some more shots at rich white people, but we didn't get there.
I just wanted to be like Van Gogh. You know, this bitch never did any calf raises. Let's go, and then just made his son do push-ups.
Well, I was waiting for him to be like, we could have been in front of the real Van Gogh. I bet you Aiden's family's in front of the real Van Gogh, but we got to settle for this, Is there any other industry where your boss brings you in and essentially fires you, but tells you, hey, this is going to be a good thing for you? The NFL is fucking wild, man. My jeans don't fit in my quads either, Rodrigo. They're always too baggy in the quads. Don't you just hate that?
My dude was like, what kind of boots do you guys have? We got ostrich, and he's like, oh shit, I want to see that. Like, I was waiting for them to be like, oh, this one was a freshly born baby calf that we slaughtered as soon as it hit the ground, and we tore its skin off and made these boots. And he's like, these are pretty nice. That was a weird scene, man. My man went full on cowboy.
It was a weird store. Like, I don't think I ever want to be in a store with
shit,
that
guys,
many
Aaron
animals
Judge is
turned
bad.
into boots.
We got to go watch baseball.
Cool.
Oh,
No.
Aaron Judge is up. All right, everybody. Here is our Aaron Judge coverage for this at bat. Go ahead, Scott.
Eminem and Jared Goff know exactly the same feeling about throwing the football. Imagine that. How many of these fuckers even know who Eminem is? Legit question.
Oh,
He introduced himself to him as Marshall.
Yes,
So
that
he's
made
like,
me
hey,
so
I'm Marshall.
cool. I'm Marshall.
I love that though. I love.
It still throws me off with Eminem having a beard. I don't know why. It just throws me off. Don't worry about it, pimp. Nobody knows or cares where the Giants play either. What's worse, catching passes from Daniel Jones or Blau? Deuce and Glenn are the only reason this season was watchable. I will die on this hill. Will compete every game is about as good as any Detroit sports fan could hope for any of their teams. Jesus
deep.
Christ. That was for you, Mookie. I wrote that one.
Well, for hockey too, I know that because
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
expert.
Yeah, absolutely. Jesus Christ, answer the question, Dan. Fire this guy, promote Deuce. Does
Pause
he
the
get
music.
paid by
No.
the blink?
Pause the music, producer Joe. I don't remember that, or the question was something like, okay, last one, the Detroit Lions are
This year will be.
Oh, that's it. This year
Yeah.
will be. And then they
It
stopped.
was like a 20-minute pause.
I went and checked. I did the timestamp because I had the same thought. I was like, why is this guy not talking? The question was asked at 45 minutes and 49 seconds. At 46 minutes and 41 seconds, he finally spoke and
Not
said,
answering the question.
he spoke and he said, I could go several different ways with this.
Right, not answering the
And
question.
then paused again. And then at 46:50, he then answered the question with just bullshit coach speak. He went a full minute of silence on HBO to give a bullshit coach speak answer.
It was the most
furious.
filler ever.
I was enraged by that. Enraged. And then it went black for like 3 seconds before it went to the end of the. I was like,
And at
dude.
first, I thought it looked like he was tearing up. I was like, is he getting emotional about this fucking answer? Like, just answer the question, dude.
It was so
And then on his answer, can and will lose a bunch of games like they've always been known for. Because, I mean, when you give it a generic answer like can and will, get the fuck out of here. Speaking of him being a dumbass, Jaws wasn't a hammerhead, you dumb fuck.
Deuce knows that. Dan doesn't.
No.
Or Eminem and Hard Knocks, Detroit or not. I love the scene of him sitting there looking at the screens. I think that somebody just said Eminem sucks right there.
Did you like how the producer at that point too was like, no, they didn't. It was like
I also enjoyed that he introduces himself as Marshall, but then talks in the third person with his stage name. That was what was great. It's like I just heard somebody say Eminem sucks right there. And finally, HBO knew too. They ended on the soon-to-be head coach of the Detroit Lions, Duke Staley.
This concludes another season of Haters Guide to Hard Knocks. Scott.
Next up, this in-season Arizona shenanigans. Oh, I can't wait for this.
It's gonna be so good.
If you thought Dan Campbell caught some smoke, you just wait for these cliff notes. Pun intended.
Oh, there we go.
Cliff with a K.
Wait a second, rapper. What is Cliff Notes?
I am going to tear this motherfucker a new one. Every time he's on screen, he's catching that smoke.
Scott, here's the thing. Look, you clearly put in the time, you put in the effort, you put in the work, and I feel like you're uniquely qualified to answer this question. Are you telling me that Dan Campbell is not the next Wayne Fonts?
No.
Shit.
Yeah.
They don't look bad this year. That's the crazy thing. The Lions don't look terrible.
There's been
Well,
so many.
The thing. Like, I don't even think that like what they've built there, I think, is actually like something. Like they have the foundation of a good franchise. I just don't think Dan Campbell is necessarily the guy you want leading it. He's just
it sucks too though, because I feel like there's an opportunity here. Justin Fields, I do think he's going to be good. He may not be great. He may not be Jay Cutler, but he's going to be decent. And then Aaron Rodgers is going to bounce back once he gets these kids kind of figuring out what he does. Maybe not this year, but I think next year is Scott clearly Oh, okay. I thought you froze. Your eyes were closed for that long.
Dan Campbell answered you on that. He just went silent for a minute.
Well, yeah, no, I would have had to been sitting there just blinking.
I think the next year or two, the NFC North is winnable.
OT was weird. Yeah, no, I mean, again, I would want Dan Campbell on my staff. Right. I think he's a great motivator. I think he could be like a very good position. I just wouldn't want him as my head coach. Like, I think
the problem
head coach is all.
The problem is you've got Dan Campbell and you've got Jared Goff. Like you
can
survive or make do with one of those, but not two.
That's a great point, Mookie. Yeah, that's
the most analytical thing you've ever said on this show.
Yeah, it's actually that was fantastic analysis and 100% accurate.
It is blind squirrel, you know.
The NFL is so like I don't know. I watch these games. I'm like Detroit doesn't look that bad, but then I watch games where I'm like Buffalo is going to roll through everybody except when they play Miami and Josh Allen can't get them. They just run out of time at the end of the game. The NFL there is so much parity that it's 3 points differentiates everybody. Like there's no team that I look at and I'm just like, God, nobody can stop them. Everybody is just all in this big bunch. And some teams, the breaks are going to go their way and they're going to make their way to the Super Bowl like the Bengals last year. Some teams, the breaks are going to go the opposite way. And
Jimmy Garoppolo is going to not score any points in that NFC Championship game. Yeah, you know.
Exactly. It's absolutely bananas to me to predict anything in the NFL in terms of like, these are the teams. Like, I guess you could say Kansas City, Buffalo,
but see, Mike, at the same time, how is it that Tom Brady has 8 rings?
Because he sold his soul to the devil several years ago. It's also why his face is slowly sinking in upon itself because the devil is sucking the life from him because he's not dying, and the devil wants that soul that Brady sold.
I thought that was because he was sucking too much face with his son.
Also, I love how you didn't take the bait on the 8 rings, even though I'm pretty sure he's only got 7.
I was trying to come up with a joke on the fly is what happened there.
Yeah, it's okay.
I didn't even know because it's like he's got an absurd amount of rings, and that is a very good question in a league that's structured not to let that happen.
And that's what I mean. And you could say the same thing for Mike Tomlin in Pittsburgh. The guy's been coaching. He's been coaching a ridiculous 12 years now. I know it's been a while. It's not that long, and dude's never had a losing season. So like, how do you explain that? So like, it can be done, and that's the worst part about it, I think.
I don't know. I guess this is one of those we'll see what Dan Campbell can do. Because
no, I think we already did through the
Get
first
fired,
3 weeks of the
get
season,
fired,
you
and
know?
have Dukes get promoted.
I mean, he's not going to at least be the next Wayne Fonts. So,
dude, how great are those Deuce press conferences going to be once he finally gets a head coaching gig somewhere?
Oh, they're gonna be the best. The day after the game, after he spent screaming, and he goes to the press room. I saw guys, I lost my voice.
whose conferences will be better?
That was one of the best parts of the show.
Can we get your Deuce impression one more time? This is Deuce with no voice after screaming at his team, and then he gives a press conference after losing 33-0 to the Packers at home.
Hey guys, we got our asses kicked out there, and I told these guys after the game, it's Aaron Rodgers, and you didn't even know. I'm sorry about the way my voice sounds this game, but god damn it, we just can't have plays out there. You can't expect to win with Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball like that. You got to play mistake-free football. I'm so sorry, guys. Like, that was the only thing Deuce needs to work on, is keeping his voice for longer than a practice after yelling.
Why does it sound like Mickey Mouse fucked Michael Jackson?
That is uncomfortable.
That's so good, Scott. That's so good. Well
Mickey
done.
Mouse fucked Michael Jackson, or the other way around?
Oh, too soon.
All right, let's
Also, wait, Tabari dropping in saying 16 for Tomlin. He's been there 16
Well, I was going to say, when
years?
you said 12, I was like, that sounds absurdly low of a number, because he's been there since we were in high school. Like,
Biscuit said Tom Brady looks like Skeletor with skin on. That's so damn accurate. All right, let's do some college football talk real quick here. We'll do our Wise Guys top 10. This is where we break down the college football playoffs, who should be ranked in the top 10 based solely on their odds to win the national championship. Let's fire up some music for this one. We'll go ahead and do this whole song here. Producer Joe, too loud. Turn the beats down on my headphones. All right, here we go. Here's your Wise Guys top 10 college football playoff rankings for this week. At number 10, we got a tie: Oklahoma State, Washington, Oklahoma, Ole Miss, North Carolina State, all at plus 10,000 odds.
North Carolina State,
NC State climbing up the rankings, man.
How did they sneak up there?
They are making moves, getting up there. Penn State staying pretty close at plus 7,000. Then we got Tennessee staying at plus 6,000. So no change for Tennessee week to week, but they did move up a spot thanks to Penn State dropping from plus 6,000 last week. Utah with a huge jump up to number 7 with plus 5,000 odds to win. Michigan staying steady at number 6. Their odds actually got a little bit worse, but they were able to hang on to that number 6 spot. 2,200 for Michigan. USC drops out of the top 4 this week. They drop down to plus 1,600 odds, which means our top 4 look very familiar again, gentlemen. At number 4, you got Clemson sitting at plus 1,500 odds.
What?
Ohio State at plus 2. Look at the difference in the top 3 teams.
240.
Plus 240 for Ohio State to win. Alabama hanging on at number 2 at plus 200. But the Golden Flashes threw up 22 points on Georgia this week, and it has shaken confidence slightly as Georgia comes back to the pack a little bit with plus 190 odds. Mookie, you look shook by something. What's happening over there?
Why is Williams still getting this respect? It blows my mind.
Well, here's the thinking along this path here, Mookie. They are thinking William can go undefeated in the ACC and make the playoffs. And if he makes the playoffs, he's got
a 1 in 4 chance to win.
Beat Georgia, right? So he's got better odds than USC, who they don't think will run the table now. Even though last week they did think USC would run the table, but this week they don't think USC would run the table. They're out of the top 4.
I guess it is kind of reflected in the odds here, but there's just still a part of me seeing what I've seen out of these teams so far.
I just want to say that I've watched minimal college football this year, and if I was just blindly picking 4 teams, I would have picked these 4. Like, it just should have been some
why go out on
combination.
the limb,
I wouldn't have been
you
able
know?
to number them. Would have been like some combination of Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State, and then probably Clemson. Like I would have just thrown it. Like I would have got it just accidentally.
It is going to be interesting to see Clemson and USC down the stretch because I think 4 is going to come down to those 2 teams. Whoever can run the table. We talked about it last week. Even though Mookie doesn't think the LA market is important in college football,
It doesn't matter.
And his evidence to that was pointing to the WNBA playoffs and saying if the LA market was important, how come LA wasn't in the WNBA playoffs?
I mean,
Completely
right? Like, if you're gonna rig a game, you'd rig basketball.
Here's your top 4: Georgia, Bama, Ohio State, Clemson, and honestly, it's a 3-team.
Just to really
no love for
just
OK
a
State,
really
no love for Baylor or
quick question.
OK State was 10.
Quick question for you two on September 27th. If one of those 4 teams were to fall out of it, which would it be? Like
Clemson.
it just
Clemson.
Okay, all right. The 4th one. Yeah, okay, cool.
Well,
you guys aren't taking a chance that any of the other teams.
Got it.
I wouldn't question Ohio State. We
between
know
three.
that they're going to manipulate it so that Ohio State can get there some way. Form
Exactly.
But the other
yeah.
3, there's no chance.
If we're asking between Georgia, Bama, and Ohio State, I would say the odds
Lock
favor
'em
one of
in.
the SEC teams falling out because
Right.
they're going to eventually play each other in the SEC championship. So if we're just limiting those 3, I would say those would be your best bets.
But assuming that's the only loss for either one of those teams, that won't matter.
They're not falling out.
It's-
Right.
yeah. No, it's
Those,
not happening.
these 3 teams are so heads and shoulders above
Yeah.
everybody else in college football.
Right.
It's not even funny. Like if
No.
these 3 teams aren't in it, something has gone horribly wrong in the college football season.
It's the equivalent of Michael Jordan giving everybody else water and then thinking they have magic powers and skills and then just crushing them on stars and be like, yo, dummies, that was just water. I'm just that good. Like these teams can fuck with people. They can play around with them. They're like, all right, cool. So like we got to cover the spread now. Gotcha, coach.
It's like wearing
You know.
Jordans and thinking you're going to have those skills.
Except these teams do it.
Let's talk baseball here, fellas, if I can find the transition.
Here's the pitch. Oh, shit.
We're joking about cutting in with Aaron Judge updates, but that really happened over the weekend, and college football fans were furious. Caesar texted the group chat and was like, I'm fucking sick of them cutting into this Texas game to show Aaron Judge at bats. I don't give a shit. And then Mookie, you were asking if this even resonates, like if this chase is even a thing that we should care about. And let me ask you, Mookie, as the non-baseball fan, does this hook you in? Does this draw you in, these cut-ins to seeing Aaron Judge chase this elusive 61 home run?
No, if anything, it pisses me off more, and it just reaffirms my position that baseball is shit and worthless. Like this, there's nothing to chase here. First of all, like he's not getting close to breaking anything that is the most it's ever been done. Second of all, it's all boring as hell. Like seriously.
Scott, you agree, like this is not a record that, like, the AL home run record isn't one that deserves live break-ins to college football games over the weekend. But let me ask you this. If Aaron Judge played for the Kansas City Royals and had the exact same season, are we getting live break-ins of him almost getting to 61, or is that just a mention on SportsCenter?
It's 100% a mention. This motherfucker plays for their favorite goddamn team to cover, and we got to pretend like all of a sudden the individual league record means anything. Never in my life, by the way, have I ever heard anybody talk about the individual league record for anything. Like, if anything, once it happens, then they'll be like, oh yeah, that's the Nano record for whatever. And you're like, oh, that's pretty cool. Whatever. It's the all-time record in single season for the whole league, period. That's what counts. Nobody cares about the individual league. We're only talking about this because it's fucking Aaron Judge and it's the fucking Yankees, and they want to ride that dick, and they want to pretend like Bonds never happened. They want to pretend like 1998 never happened. They want to rewrite it. And MLB is complicit in it. MLB is actually the one driving the ship on this. I get more texts that say, tune in tonight, watch Aaron Judge chase history. This isn't fucking history. Like, it drives me nuts. They're making me hate another fellow mulatto. That's pissing me off. Like, I don't want to do
that. Long enough to get there again.
Like, there's so many things that are frustrating me about this bullshit home run chase.
Well, it's killing me because this isn't even what we should be focusing on. He is on the verge of winning the Triple Crown. Something that only happened it's happened 17 times in baseball history. Like, he would be the third Yankee to do that. He would join the Lou Gehrig and Mickey Mantle. That's the narrative you should be pushing. Watch Aaron Judge try to win the Triple Crown, not this bullshit. Hey, remember when this was a record before, but now it's not? He's been beaten 6 times in the past. Watch Aaron Judge hit number 7 on the single season home run record list. This is fun, isn't it? Like, that it's so bullshit.
It's ridiculous and again, you guys have already hit on most of the points, but I think there's a couple that have gone just completely ignored. So for one, if Aaron Judge was doing this in Kansas City, that wouldn't happen because his ass would be in New York by the end of the season.
And Biscuit's making another great point. I kept saying this too. Right. Did they break in for Pujols? Biscuit's not a fan, but 700 is way more impressive than the 62 or 61. Yeah. Like, it's not even close to me. And the Pujols thing, it got coverage, but they weren't stopping everything.
Not the same way, though.
Right? No. It was not. Yeah, no, it wasn't nearly the same amount.
Who gives a fuck about an AL record when we've basically decided that the AL and NL are now one big family with a DH and all this other bullshit, right? Like, you decentivize or de-emphasize that.
That's why when they try to hit you with the okie doke about this being the AL record, I'm not buying it. Like, Yankees fans are pushing that narrative so hard.
But no, that's the thing. People are buying into it, Scott. So last night,
people are stupid. You don't need any more evidence of that.
The Yankees are playing. Clear. The Yankees are playing in Toronto. Toronto is playing for the playoffs. They are trying to.
They're 3 games back of New York. Like, they could still win the division.
They are in Toronto. Aaron Judge comes up to the plate last night in extra innings, and they intentionally walk him. And the home fans booed. They wanted Aaron Judge to hit a home run in extras to potentially beat their team instead of winning the game. What the hell are we doing?
Excuse me. That's why the cup stays in the US of A, Canada. Boom!
Respect that.
Tabari said, not a mulatto bomb, which would be Scott's finishing move if he was a WWE wrestler.
It 100% would be. I'd hit motherfuckers with a mulatto bomb all the time.
And I want you to be a WWE wrestler with Deuce, his lost voice,
as my manager. I want Deuce to be my manager walking down
only with the lost voice, though.
Like, absolutely. He's got to come out talking like Paul Bear.
There's just nothing impressive about anything that Judge is doing this season. Like, Triple Crown, meh, whatever.
What?
Do it when you're putting down 240s a night like Miggy Cabrera did, and then I'll be impressed.
Like who did? Try it again.
Miggy Cabrera.
Okay, there you go. You did not say Cabrera correctly the first time.
Yeah, I got excited and booze.
That's I don't understand why
the wing scored. Woo!
We need to push, like, that should be the push. Aaron Judge chasing a Triple Crown. That's a much more enticing
while staying sober. Really impressive.
Aaron Judge.
The Avs score
on the all-time.
I'm going to tell you the only thing that I care about the only part of this entire thing that I care about is that at the beginning of the season and in spring training, when the Yankees were trying to re-sign Judge and he turned that shit down and was like, fuck y'all, I'm betting on myself. And this man has gone out here and had probably like this is what's going underreported.
Yeah.
This is probably one of the greatest walk years in any sport ever. Like, we'd have to look it up, but I can't imagine that there have been walk years where a guy went up and put up historic numbers and stayed healthy when he's not known for staying healthy. He stayed healthy this entire year, bet on himself, and is about to take some team, and I hope it's the Yankees, to the fucking cleaners because they tried to get him at a lower offer, and now they're forced to fucking pay him. Could you imagine letting him walk as like if he wins the Triple Crown and God forbid gets this faux record, and then they're like, well, we just don't want to fucking pay you.
And for that, sorry.
And he's the only one that's been carrying them for the last 2.5 months. Oh, it's my dream for that to happen. For him to just go sign with the San Francisco Giants and just be an afterthought after this season.
Scott, you did it again. You may or may not. This is I don't know what the 7th time the show has done it, but you saved baseball. Instead of talking about how many home runs he's hit, ESPN should just be tracking like on one of those thermostat gauges, like how much money he's making. Is he gonna get to $1 billion?
Oh, he intentionally walked. That's gonna take $2,000.
Oh, that's tamping down a little bit. He legged out that double though.
3 times tonight. He's
like. He's just going to be able to walk into Brian Cashman's office and ask, like, with a big sack with dollar signs on it and be like, fill this bitch. Fill this bitch.
Even better, he'd ride one of them hoverboards in.
Here's what I want to happen. I want Judge to sign with the Red Sox. And then we get
priceless.
A new curse of the Bambino, because it was historically – when Babe Ruth went from Boston and was sold to the Yankees, which still sounds so weird to say in the year of NIL.
I just pretend like you're talking soccer. It's fine.
But they sold his contract to the Yankees, and then obviously the Red Sox were cursed for however many years, hundreds of years after that. I want that to happen to the Yankees.
Jabari with the nightmare scenario of him potentially signing with the Dodgers. That would, oh my God. Dear God.
But I do love this idea of the Dodgers go full NWO, and I want them to like embrace NWO.
Well, haven't they already? Like, aren't they already there?
No, it's all right. You have to recognize LA is not a big market, so we don't have to worry about that.
He kind of earned that one.
Yeah,
I mean, a little bit.
Kind of.
I'll give it to you. Mookie, something happened in baseball this weekend that you were actually interested in.
Oh God, yeah. Again, you
explain.
Yeah, you want to talk about like the cornerstone and epitome of baseball and dumb shit. Like, I don't know how to say it without just basically, they're just two guys, two former teammates having fun, messing around, standing for the national anthem.
Baseball.
What's that?
You can tell you don't watch baseball if you're unable to explain what happened in this scenario.
Two dudes try to outlast each other after the national anthem, standing on the field or whatever.
Classic baseball game.
Classic baseball move, right? Which again, Scott, hockey guy, happens in hockey too, right? Last one to leave the rink. It's a whole thing.
Absolutely.
But you know what they've never done in hockey is eject a guy for it. These umpires got so butthurt and fucking pissed that they just basically said, no, you know what? You're both out of here, and injected them both. And like, as the announcers are calling this in the play-by-play, they're like, oh, so-and-so won, he beat him. And it's like, oh no, actually they both just left the field because they got ejected from the game and potentially fined if they didn't leave the game in a major league fashion. Like, how fucking old white guy can baseball be? Jesus.
They could be very old white guy, but yes, this was a fantastic national anthem standoff. It's one of my favorite things that baseball players do. Just one of those. Normally, you don't see it unless it goes this long like this. But if you're ever at the ballpark, just watch after the national anthem because it tends to happen more often than we see reported. This one, a special case, obviously. It happened between the Royals and the Mariners. Robbie Ray and Luke Weaver, was it, Scott?
I was just gonna say I can't remember who it was for I remember Robbie Ray, but I can't remember who it was for Kansas City.
I think it was
Luke Weaver.
But yes, they both got tossed. And the best part was Robbie didn't even realize he got tossed. He was too busy celebrating that he won and then realized he got ejected for the game. It was like, what the fuck, man? All right, I guess I'm out on this one. But he's a starting pitcher. It was also like two worthless ejections because it was two guys who weren't going to play in the game anyway.
Right, which again is so baseball. You know what I mean? Like, God,
No,
so
what if it was
worthless.
really so baseball? What they would have done is come down with a 5-game suspension after this for again for starting pitchers when knowing damn well that they wouldn't miss any fucking games. Like that would have been so baseball to crown it off.
Yeah. But like that's what made the rounds. Was it Saturday or Sunday? Like that was one of the top 5 stories in fucking baseball.
Well, you missed the most heartwarming story in baseball, Mookie, and Biscuit pointed out. Can we talk about Joey Votto and how cool it was? He was just walking around. Joey Votto, who was out for the year, went to Great American Ballpark and just randomly walked around the stadium, sat down next to fans in the stands to watch the game, took pictures with people. He was just like a dude at the stadium. I was telling my wife, how amazing would it be to be sitting in your seats and then all of a sudden some guy sits next to you and you're like, what the fuck is this guy doing? And then you turn and you're like, that's Joey Votto. Holy shit, that's Joey Votto.
Especially because he was rocking a man's beard. Imagine sitting down, like you're sitting down next to him, you're looking at it and you're like, is this fucking Joey Votto? No, I mean, this motherfucker's got a beard. Like, it's not Joey Votto. Like, I had to look twice. I'm like, is that really Joey? Like, damn, that's a grown-ass beard. I like
He
that.
was introducing himself to people, too, as Joe. He's like, hey, how's it going? I'm Joe. Like, this man.
just as funny as, hey, I'm Marshall.
Look, man, you got to grow up at a certain point. I get it all the time. When you're in those settings before you know who's cool and who's not and who's going to fuck up your vibe, you got to go and introduce yourself with the alternate persona.
We got to go back real quick to the Aaron Judge cut-ins because I want to nominate ESPN for Motherfucker of the Week. ESPN all Saturday long was cutting into college football games to show Aaron Judge at bats. It was the Clemson Wake Forest game. They cut into an SEC game. Like they were showing all of the at bats on Saturday. Monday comes around. Monday Night Football. You've got the Giants, a team whose fan base will be watching, who is also probably New York Yankees fans.
Didn't cut in once.
And ESPN said, we're not going to cut into Monday Night Football for Aaron Judge.
Nah, you don't fuck around with that.
They will screw over the college kids. Fuck these guys. We won't give a shit about them, but no, we ain't fucking with that. That's not money. So here you go, ESPN. You are the motherfucker.
Motherfucker. What?
You motherfucker, you.
Probably because the NFL called him and was like, hey, heads up. Don't pull any of that bullshit during Monday Night Football. You want to keep that fucking deal? I bet you won't cut into any Aaron Judge bats during our shit. You can pull that shit on the college level. You ain't gonna pull that on us.
I mean, like, let's be honest. What are the odds that Rob Manfred was actually at the Giants game?
That's
the Giants
pretty good.
Cowboys game.
I don't think the odds were very good that Rob Manfred was at the Giants Cowboys game at all.
Why? What do you think he's going to be wasting his time at the Yankees game? Get out of here.
Mookie, let's talk soccer. And no, I don't want to talk about how shitty the U.S. men's national team looked in their World Cup tune-up games. They're looking awful as we're getting close to the World Cup. What I want to talk about is FIFA 23.
Yeah.
It was announced, Mookie, I don't know if you know this, AFC Richmond is going to be a playable team in
Ted
FIFA
Lasso,
23.
baby.
Yes. The whole gang, Coach Beard is going to be in the game. You're going to have Roy Kent, Jamie Tart, everybody. The whole cast is a playable character.
I know which motherfucker better not be in that. Motherfucker.
If Nate shows up in that game,
I swear to God, Nate better not be on that goddamn roster.
You son of a bitch, Nate. Caesar, what's up, man?
What's up, boys? What's
up, buddy?
Calling in from the car.
I was going to say, before we let this kid just stroll in here, because I'm sure he can back me up on this one, I love how you gloss over the fact that ESPN is making you basically pay to play as AFC Richmond through their Ultimate Team feature. Like, you're either going to have to sit in there and grind hours to earn the cards, or you're going to have to pay for a fucking package to get them.
Yeah,
that's typical EA bullshit. I mean,
I was gonna say.
Oh, we've given up that fight. All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit happens.
Caesar, you pumped that that AFC Richmond is going to be in FIFA 23?
Not if I gotta pay for some fucking bullshit.
Yeah, buddy. That Ultimate Team, man, you know how it is.
I don't give a fuck about fucking Ultimate Team, bro. What the fuck is Jason Sudeikis gonna do for my Ultimate Team, bro? Fucking lose even more than I already do?
See, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's cheap fake press.
Caesar, we already talked football, but take me through your Saturday, man. I want to know how the range of emotions went during that Texas Tech game.
So look, I wake up and I'm like, all right, dope. The game's at 2:30. I don't have to start fucking drinking at 7 a.m. for once.
You mean you don't have to or you don't get to?
I don't have to.
Wow.
Waking up every Saturday
a
last year at fucking
conversation here.
7 a.m., getting drunk and then walking to fucking DKR was not fun. Anyways, so this time I'm like, oh, 2:30, badass. I'll go buy some nooners and I'll fucking get back, chill in my backyard and watch the fucking game. So I do that, the game starts and we're kicking their fucking ass. And I'm like, oh, all right, this is different. Okay. Whoa, we might be decent here. So
we might be decent.
Might be decent. That's what we all root for in life, you know.
And
That
then
sounds like Dan Campbell.
over the course of the game, I was like, this game is fucking boring. Like, we're kicking their ass. Like, what the fuck is going on? So then it's 14-14, but I'm not concerned at all. And I'm like, oh,
But you're kicking their ass by scoring 14 points.
But the thing is, like, you know, have you ever seen a game where you know you're better than the other team, but for some reason it's fucking tied?
Yeah, Sunday Night Football.
Yeah.
Notre Dame's football season.
Yeah. So I'm watching the fucking game and I'm like, bro, whenever we drive on their ass, it's like a 2-minute fucking possession. And then they have fucking 60 plays of a drive. So next thing you know,
that's a lot of plays.
We're fucking down. I don't know how much. And we have 21 seconds to go 70 yards to go to overtime. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened here? And next thing you know, fucking Bijan of all people fumbles the puck, bro. When Bijan fumbled, I was like, it's not our day. It's just not our day. It's not gonna work out.
Don't worry. He went full program on it. He carried a football around campus.
Oh, what a dog, bro. What a fucking dog. That's the number one receiver. Fuck, he should be the number one receiver. Receiver running back in the fucking draft is Bijan Robinson. It's not even close.
The guy
Everyone
that
might say
fumbled the ball.
Travion Henderson, get the fuck out of here. That guy's like fucking 5 feet tall.
Yeah, but did your quarterback step out of the back of the end zone for a safety to lose the game?
Scott, don't be upset with Jimmy. That saved 4 points. He
Right? It was smart. If it was Bill Belichick, would be praising him all day.
The Giants are the worst 2-0 team in NFL history. Fuck the Giants and fuck the Bengals. How about them Cowboys?
Oh, God damn it, Caesar.
What?
God damn it.
Are you on the Brandon Rush train? Is that what you're trying to sell us on?
Not
right
Brandon
now?
Rush. I think that was a CFL quarterback. Cooper Rush. Red
Oh,
Rush, baby.
my bad. It's generic
As
Rush.
if it matters, right?
Yeah.
Scott, would you take Cooper Rush on your team or Dakota? You have to pick one to replace Jimmy Garoppolo. Cooper Rush.
Bro,
or
I
Dakota?
say Cooper Rush over fucking Jimmy Garoppolo. You see how Jimmy was throwing the fucking ball?
That's not the question,
That's
Caesar.
not the question.
Oh,
Cooper Rush or Dakota over Jimmy Garoppolo?
I'm going mulatto bomb with the Dakota.
Race car.
what's wrong with Dakota? Do you not like Dakota, Scott?
I don't like him because he's a cowboy, plain and simple. Like,
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, is it just
You take that out of the equation, it's all different, man.
because you know what's funny? I actually watched one of his starts at when he was at Mississippi State. I think it was when they beat Ole Miss or whatever, and it was early on in his career. He was maybe a sophomore or something like that. I was like, man, this dude's gonna be good. He can ball out. And then he got drafted by the Cowboys. I was like, man, fuck Dakota. He was no longer Dak to me the minute he got drafted by the Cowboys.
And then
He
fucking
became
Tony touchdown
Dakota.
broke his back.
Well, Caesar, it's good to see you. I'm glad you popped on to just bask in your own misery. Although then you had the nerve to turn it around and celebrate a Cowboys win over the Giants,
Bro.
dare
Everyone
you
the
feel
whole
happy?
week they're 2-0. They're 2-0. Yeah, they're the worst 2-0 NFL team in fucking history.
They are pretty bad. I mean, all of the undefeated teams are.
Evan Neal bust. Kayvon Thibodeau bust. Jason Peters dog.
Jason Peters.
I love your shouting on an O
Sterling-
lineman, man. That's respect.
Sterling Shepard's ACL is not a
Oh
dog.
my God.
No, hey, no. He already tore it once. Prayers for the dog.
What? And like, did you see how it went down too? Though
But he
Dude
just was running.
He was
Yeah.
not even running. He was like trotting. It was like
Yeah.
a light jog.
It was tough.
That was cool to watch.
Death
All right.
taxes and Sterling Shepard ending the year on IR. That's par for the course.
Let's talk basketball real
bags.
quick before the end of the show.
Oh,
No, Caesar, we can't talk. Listen, I debated talking about the drama in Boston and what's going down, but there's just not enough information as to what went on. That whole
it's fucking
situation,
crazy, dude.
It makes no sense.
Tatum and Brown haven't spoken to fucking Ime yet.
regardless of what, like stepping back, and it's like, okay, it was first reported that everything was consensual, and then he got suspended for a year, and it's like, well, wait a second, why is he getting suspended for a year for a consensual relationship? That seems weird. And then stuff came out that maybe it wasn't consensual. It's like, well, then wait, why is he only suspended a year for non-consensual stuff? Like,
And then apparently that it's the VP's wife, and
any way you cut it, the year-long suspension is very weird in
it's
this whole
fucking
story.
weird, dude.
And that's why I was like, let's not talk about this week.
no.
We got Matt Barnes out here, like giving us
It's
news
100
and
times worse.
non-news. Like what? This is one of the most bizarre stories I've ever seen.
Yeah, I don't feel comfortable talking about it until more information is out as to what actually went down, and
Because none of us know.
Right, none of us know. But this was like a perfect example of why, like, first of all, I got to get this take out there is oftentimes really bad, because there were people that jumped to his defense right away, and then they had to like delete tweets and walk it back, and it's like, oh shit, that's a rough look, man. But I did want to talk about Markieff Morris, because they asked him about the Kevin Durant stuff in the offseason with the Nets now that he's with Brooklyn, and he said, quote, "I broke up with my wife a couple of times and we're still married. Shit works. Sometimes you need space to figure things out, but shit works." And I think that is the best breakdown of the Kevin Durant situation I have ever heard. Markieff Morris nailed it. Shit just works. Like, sometimes it doesn't, and then it works. Whatever. I was like, thank God the NBA is back for gold like that to just sprinkle into our lives of Markieff Morris being
What
like,
a weird NBA offseason. Like,
dude, it's been
just weird.
That guy's a bitch.
And see, the thing is, before we get
Wait,
out
what
of
did
this
Caesar
topic-
say?
He said that guy's a bitch. Are you referring to his cheap shot in Miami?
Yeah, bro. Not just that. Fucking Jokic fights back, and oh no, my back hurts. You get a fucking life alert, buddy.
Get a life alert. You know, I haven't seen a commercial for those in a while.
We
Like,
should fucking get one.
they
Bro was
still
out
work?
for the whole fucking season.
Caesar, I need to know, with the situation in Boston, what
My
is
fandom is
Jason
on the line.
Tatum's official statement?
His fandom is on the line.
It's because not only my fandom is on the line.
Of
like,
Jason
the
Tatum?
No, the Celtics. The fucking integrity, the brand, and the reputation of the Boston Celtics is on the line.
So you're saying right now, if news comes out that this was way worse than has been reported, you will renounce your Celtics fandom?
If they don't fire him.
Wow. So
wait,
they
you want him to
it
be
comes out
fired?
that bro, say that it comes out that bro's like literally like a rapist, and the Celtics knew about it and they did nothing, I can't be a Celtics fan anymore.
People in Penn State should take note.
Wow.
It's like the Browns. Just I guess it is just as severe.
Actually, yeah, I'd say it's just like the Browns.
Yeah, it's just like the Browns. It depends the way the organization handles it. If they handle it the way I think they will, then I'll still forever bleed green. But if they don't, then I guess off to Memphis I go.
And for clarity,
I go.
Wait, why Memphis?
Ja.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, I should have known it was that straightforward.
I like that he's got a contingency plan in case things ever go south with his favorite team. He's got that chute ready to pull.
It's
you know what?
because I'm thinking of players and like the fuck?
That's
do I need
some
to be
college
a
kid
Hornets
wisdom
fan?
right there. That's a
I was
college
getting
grade
ready to
wisdom.
wrap this show up, but now I got to know, Caesar, what's your contingencies for all leagues? So if the Cowboys ever do you wrong, who's your fallback NFL team?
Wherever Justin Herbert and Marcus Mariota are.
Fair.
Atlanta and San Diego, all right?
Yes, sir.
MLB, I think you claim to be a Mariners fan. Who is your fallback team if the Mariners do you wrong?
So the MLB is like reverse. So like the Astros got in trouble, and I almost became an Astros fan just to like, because like to be.
Oh, that's
Just
different. No,
embrace-
Caesar,
embrace the
cheating is
heel.
trouble. That's just winning, bro. That's just
But-
winning.
Say like they do some like creepy shit. I don't know. The Brewers, they like to drink. They have cool jerseys.
Fair. Yeah, solid reasoning.
The Cubs, my grandparents made their lives through Chicago, so the Cubs, I guess.
They also like to drink.
I like that you put Milwaukee ahead of Chicago. Like, they like to drink. They got cool jerseys. Also, my grandparents made their lives through Chicago, so maybe Chicago. I don't know.
Yeah.
6 in one, half dozen in the other. You know,
I mean,
what I'm
one
saying?
team is named after beer, Mike. Come on, cut the kid a break.
And then like the NHL, the Golden Knights, because it's Vegas.
And they got gold helmets. What's wrong with the gold helmet? You know.
Bingo.
And we got the best comment of the night, gentlemen.
Yeah,
Biscuit
Biscuit
coming
pointing
through.
out. Gonna get sappy for a second. I just want to thank you guys for making me smile and laugh for the last 90 minutes, especially today. I needed this. Biscuit, I'm thinking of you,
You're
man.
welcome.
It's been a
Yeah,
tough day
man.
for you, buddy. So keep your head
Hugs,
up. buddy.
hugs, and thoughts and prayers, man. Stay
Biscuit,
strong, buddy.
Did that
You're a
pumpkin
dog.
spice bread not work out well, bud?
Mookie.
Dude,
No, I didn't get
Not,
it
not the
today.
time. No,
Let's
Jesus.
talk about these beers that we were drinking real quick, and then we'll wrap the show. Scott, what were you drinking? Would you bang it?
I was drinking Taft's, Frisch's, pumpkin pie ale, just like Mike last week. And like I said, it was sex in my mouth. It ain't changed. I'm still fellation this beer.
All right, I
Forgot you said sex in my mouth.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I totally forgot that was your rating.
Who's
Mookie,
fellating and who?
what were you drinking, Mookie? And
I'm fellating the beer.
is it fellation
I guess
or
so.
Fellating? Isn't it fellating?
I like
What is that?
fellation better.
Fellatio.
Fellation.
Fellating. I was fellating this thing. I was fellating Tropic Pines IPA. Fellatioing. Fellationing. I don't know, man. I was drinking a nice IPA from the Northwest. Very tasty, very, very sweet, very flavorful.
Telling lies and getting long, baby.
I didn't drink anything but fuck ESPN, bro. How the fuck dare you go inside of a fucking college football game to watch the most overrated MLB season fucking ever? How dare you disrespect the greatest sport on earth by showing me some fucking 6-foot behemoth who can't hit a fucking ball? What is this fucking record, bro? Fuck ESPN, fuck the Yankees. I mean, baseball, I would have been watching fucking baseball. But I wasn't. Why? I don't give a fuck about baseball like the rest of fucking America. Fuck you, ESPN, fuck the Yankees, fuck Aaron Judge.
I wish so bad we had video just on Caesar in his car, just going off on the phone. Like he's got his light on.
That was so
He's
great.
clearly getting after with someone on the FaceTimes and whatnot, but just laying into the fucking Yankees and the forward.
All the crying, laughing
Bro,
emojis. for
if I
Caesar.
cared about fucking baseball, I'd be watching baseball. But I'm obviously not. I'm watching college fucking football.
I thought my
logic is that he's fucking
anti-Judge
in his head?
Yankees rant was good, and then here's Caesar just
Here's
blowing the
Caesar.
doors off.
Oh wait, hold on, Caesar, real quick. Aaron Judge update. He's at bat.
No, you've already missed it. Tabari, let us know. Judges.
I hope they walk him
him
every time, and I hope they fucking hit him every time.
It's more pitch count effective, right?
I fucking
is
hate
more
the
pitch-
Yankees.
Well, actually,
Hell
it's
yeah.
not. It's not more pitch count effective, Mookie, because an intentional walk, you don't even have to throw it anymore.
Throw
so
him
it's
on his
actually-
fucking
Oh,
ankles
yeah.
because he'll be ready
Well,
in October or whatever the fuck it
Keeps
is.
the guy's arm loose. You know what I mean?
I was drinking Jackpot Joey in honor of Joe Burrow and in honor of the Bengals' white Tiger uniforms.
Because they finally won?
Not in honor of Joe Votto?
Not in honor of Joe Votto. In honor of Joey
Should've
Bird. From Brick Brewing, it's delicious. I drank the shit out of this beer. All right.
Brr.
Is it occur?
And Joe Shiesty.
Caesar, you are not allowed to miss any more shows. You came in
For real,
way too
dude.
hot and just
Our ratings
straight
were
fire.
low because you weren't here the whole show. Damn it,
And then you come in with that and like,
Why
totally,
can't
like,
you be on air while at work?
Huh?
Why can't you be on air while at work?
It's because it's not like an office job. I'm at a fucking grocery store. I had to drive up to Austin to pick up some fucking shifts and to do the shifts because I'm not over gotten fucking fired.
But that's what I'm saying, though, is like maybe we just have Caesar as like the audio, like he can be like the producer in the background, just dropping in an audio with a little earbud in there, whatnot, you know.
just headphones in.
Yeah.
It's tough to be cursing on a check
stocking
stand.
shelves.
Well, but see now,
Just
Caesar, that would
whispering.
make it even better. Yes, ma'am, I can run a price check on this, you stupid fucking Celtics fan. Like, I'm just saying, let's not rule anything out yet.
I'll be back next week. Next week, no worries. We'll be good next week. And I'll drink fucking 3 special beers. I'll fuck 3 of them if I have to.
Is that beer with like weed in it?
No, just like the craft beer shit that y'all like.
All right, listen.
Right on.
This was a damn good time, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Shout out Joe Hall, hauling his ass across the country. Go help him out, hallacrossthecountry.com. Be sure to follow the show at Craft Food Sports on Twitter, Instagram. Go join the Facebook group on Facebook, Craft Food Sports, beer, sports, and other shit guys talk about. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Subscribe and review wherever you get your podcasts. Help us out, leave a review, give us 5 stars. Also, shout out Belly Up Sports, bellyupsports.com. Tons of great content over there at Belly Up. Be sure to hit them up and subscribe to all of the podcasts on the Belly Up Sports Podcast Network. We will see you all next week. Cheers, everybody.
Can't stress this enough. Fuck you, Brett Favre.
I got pee.
Bro, fuck ESPN. Fuck the Yankees.
Feel like hoops right now.